Hello again, my name's the Reverend Simon Archer and I am the priest in charge of the parish of Arbury in Castletown. I'm also known as the Isle of Man Vicar, and I'm going on another walk. Hopefully not too long a walk today. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of cooking and chill out, have a little bit of a stroll. Although I've just been told by someone that this is quite treacherous down here, so that's great. It's a really good introduction. I'm at a place called Eary Cushlin. Most people seem to say it like cushion, Eary Cushlin, but it's spelled like C-U-S-H-L-I-N and Eary, E-A-R-Y, Eary Cushlin. So been recommended to me a few times. People said about doing some wild camps down here and stuff like that. It's a really great place to go. So I thought, well, you know, let's have a little wander. Let's have an explore. Let's do some recceing of some sites, and we'll see what we can find. I'm still without my car. I've got a borrowed car, which has meant I've been able to get out a bit further today, which is great. But I'm just we're just going to head out on a little walk. I've got some nice things to cook for lunch. Way more than I'd usually eat for lunch, but I've got that, and we'll have a chat along the way. So yeah, we're going to start our wander. That's a trail bike going past. Quite a lot of trail biking on the island. Beautiful though. I feel like, again, as always, you don't really want to be looking at me, do you? So the point is, it's a beautiful view. So let's give you a little bit of my point of view. Stunning. As always, I'm always going on about how amazing it is here, but yeah, just got surrounded by forests, plantations. Is it Keredu here? Something like that. We've got plantations around here. Eary Cushlin. There's a few ruins along the way, stuff like that. Apparently along here, if I go all that way, but there's an old keel, so it's a bit like a chapel, an old chapel that was built down here. Allegedly, some monks sailed across from Ireland and landed here, and first thing they did was to build a chapel. There is a place you can rent down here as well, which is kind of amazing. So there's like a house here, so I might have a look at that actually, because it looks absolutely brilliant. Position wise, just ridiculous. So we don't worry too much about going away, but it is sometimes nice to go somewhere a bit different and stay somewhere, feel a bit more like you're on holiday. But this is beautiful. Hopefully my microphone with its dead cat on it and the wind noise reduction stuff on this Osmo Pocket 3 and the mic and things is helping to make me sound reasonably clear, because it is fairly breezy. So of course I have brought my trusty drone with me today, because it doesn't work in this sort of wind, so it's going to be absolutely useless. I never take it and it ends up being calm, even though they've said it's going to be windy, or it's supposed to be too windy, and I bring it with me and it's just too windy to fly. There's no way I could fly in this at the moment. Anyway, I've got it with me. A couple of little things as well I've brought. So I bought my little stove and table that I love. I'll remember it later. Fire maple, that's it. I've got my fire maple petrol G3 pot and green peak stove with the ultralight, the UL petrol spelled Petrel table. But I've got my jet boil skillet. I'll give you a clue as what we're going to be cooking. Got my jet boil skillet, and had to quickly find some cutlery because my travel cutlery seems to have gone astray. My camping kit that I've got, I've tidied loads up, but it seems to have gone missing. Another room there, in a house, I imagine. It's nice views already from here, I must say. This bit doesn't look too treacherous. I'm sure it's going to be though. My watch is just warning me that it's loud here because of the winds clearly blowing against the mic on it or something. It's saying it's over 90 decibels. It's very breezy. Yeah, I managed to get a load of work done Sunday night so I could actually have my day off as a day off. Get my phone out. I'm going to bring up my maps if I can. Oh no, satellite only. Fantastic. Let's see if I can find the maps. Come on. There it is. I want that. Yeah. Seems to be okay. It's interesting, the footpath goes straight through the front of the house. Very nice. Oh yeah. Okay. Interesting. So, bit of a muddy river to cross. Oh, it's a bit squishy. There we go. A bit boggy. Yeah, so I think it's on Visit Isle of Man, but it's also Island Escapes, islandescapes.com, I think it is. But Island Escapes on the Isle of Man does a lot of the rentals for cottages and stuff, and they're based in Castletown, where I live. Guys, just the beautiful flowers on the heather and the gorse. the purple flowers of the heather growing through the gorse. Stunning. I need to find some new words. I can't keep saying stunning and awesome. I love it when you get a nice high view like this of the sea, and you can really see like how kind of daunting and massive it really is, just like huge. And I like to say, like from here you can see little crests of white waves and things, and you probably think, oh, that's not too bad, it looks quite flat from up here, but up close when you're actually on it, wow. It's lovely colours. The colours will change as we go through sort of this season, through the summer. Always get gorse flowers somewhere. As we go through the summer, like the purple heather really come into its own, and the hills kind of become, the hills and the mountains, they almost become purple. It's amazing. Can't think of some new words. Stupendous, awe-inspiring. I don't know. I brought my thesaurus with me. Yeah, so I did a load of work last night. I was working on a funeral that came in quite late notice. I managed to see the family on Saturday, but the funeral's this Thursday, so I had to get stuff done for it so I could spend today doing what I wanted to do. So I like cotton. Right. Oh, slipped off that rock a bit. Didn't get wet too much. There's a bit of a trend on TikTok at the moment saying something about this is why we do this, or something like that I did. That remembering what life is about. It's not about the toil and the work and all the time. I've had, prior to, I think it was Friday actually, I'd been working for 10 days flat out, and you kind of get happens sometimes, and then I managed finally to get a day off, and now I'm off today. It's my normal rest day. But yeah, remembering that actually one of the reasons we moved to the island was to get in the walks and the hiking and the camping and the getting out in the outdoors and nature and all that business. So when it was a bit wet this morning, a bit rainy early this morning, and then it kind of dried off a bit, sun came out, then it went grey again, and now it's pretty glorious. Sun is out, there's a few clouds around, but we have had the most amazing weather for the whole of like Southern 100, and there was you'd see my video, the big drone display and the celebration at the end of the Southern 100. So I'm really pleased for the riders and the fans who've been able to really have an amazing week. All the racing going ahead, nothing having any problems, really good. But it's been, yeah. So yesterday we sat in the garden after, it wasn't till quite late because I did a lot of services on yesterday, and sitting in the sun, and it was too warm. And when it's 24 degrees over here, 25 degrees, it does feel really warm. I guess you get acclimatised to it being a bit, it's never particularly freezing cold here, it's just, that's the Radnafoilen. Never particularly freezing, it's just, I'm looking for a particular path actually. I wonder if Apple Maps would show it better. Yeah, because of the being by the sea, it's never terrible or anything like that. It's just, I'm guessing I've still got to go down this path anyway. But I've heard there's another trail that takes you to a keel. This is a good walk, this actually. I can't remember what map I saw it on, which had like, it showed the little trail that goes down to the keel. I might not go all the way down. This is bit's not too bad. I think this is the better way of doing it. The walking uphill and then downhill really does your knees and your legs in. But it's the there's a trail going off that way. Walking down and then walking up. It'll be a bit of a grind, but we'll be okay. We're getting a little bit more protection from the wind. It is kind of coming off the sea there. So, I mean, shorts. What a great idea, Simon. Absolutely. Wear shorts when there's loads of gorse overgrowing the path. Yeah, a bit more sheltered. I wonder where they camped, because this is very sloped. So it's obviously a valley that goes all the way down. There must be some spots where it kind of levels off and moves back up again, or something. You can be on the peak of one of the hills. Yeah, this is part of the Radnor Island, so the way of the gull, the road of the gull. And it circumnavigates the island. A really good walk, but in places it's surprising because it's quite steep. You're kind of up and down over and over again. Yeah, this is going to be fun on the way up, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, I need the exercise. Yes, so yeah, 3 services. So service at Arbury Church, Holy Communion. Then I went down to St Mary's on the Harbour for community worship, which is a service which doesn't have Holy Communion. It has a little bit of opportunity for people to share some news and stories and testimony and stuff. And then bringing back the civic service. So in the afternoon, I led and preached at the Castletown Methodist Church for the town of Castletown Civic Sunday, which was at 3 o'clock. And it was really good. Castletown Silver Metropolitan Band, or Metropolitan Silver Band, something like that. Very good, very talented bunch. And yeah, so we had these knees, they don't like this going downhill business. My left is really shaking. It's juddering. Yeah, so that was a 3rd service of the day, and it's not just, so people think, oh, it's 3 hours work. Ha, I wish. So there's usually stuff before, set up, stuff after when you're chatting to people and closing up, and then I think I got home from a 3 o'clock service at about 5 o'clock. So I've been busy most of the day, so I've watched Talking to Me, yes, record outdoor walk, on then make it look like I've done more. So yeah, by the time I finished, and then home, sit in the garden for a bit, then cook dinner, clear up after dinner, dishwasher on, and then start working on a funeral. So if you ever wonder what we actually get up to, our days can be, my first service wasn't until 9:30, but you're kind of there. So you're kind of working from 9 till, well, I finished working on funerals and some other emails and bits and bobs at about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So that wasn't flat out. I did have some times when I chilled out and relaxed a bit and watched a bit of a bit of YouTube. But yeah, so Sunday that started at sort of 9 o'clock and then finished at 1 a.m. So, and that is not that unusual. But it has freed up today to have a proper... Ooh. Only thing with these ferns and things is you've got to be really careful of ticks this time of year. So I'll be checking all my bare skin later and making sure. It's also, where it's a bit more sheltered and shaded, where it rained earlier, it's a bit wetter. I just feel like I've gone the wrong way. There wasn't an off path, was there? Nope. Okay. A chance you take a sheep path or something like that. That happens. How are we looking? Not looking like my blood's been sucked dry at the moment, so that's always a good start. Opened up for a moment, and now we're still not a slow pod camp on at the moment. There's a couple of little spots which you'd be surprised, even a gradual slope, even a gradual slope really affects how you can sleep, and can really you end up just sliding. So it has to be pretty flat. Okay, seem to go this way. Ooh, ow. That could be something you hear a lot of on this walk. Ow, ow, ow. Brambles growing underneath. Gorse above. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Genius. Cool. More brambles. Let's just try and step on them rather than through them. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting climb back up. Once you've done it though, once you've walked this far, it's like, it's going to be a killer anyway, might as well just do it. Might as well. Beautiful. Just feel like you're on holiday or something, or forget, when you live here, you get used to it. You get the idea that you live somewhere so. But then I guess a lot of people here don't even see any of this. They honestly, they never go to anywhere particularly. If they live here, they live and work, and it's just like you could be living anywhere. I have to watch how far down I go because, again, my left knee seems to be doing a bit of a jiggle, shaking quite a lot as I go downhill, which is not like me. It might be because. So walking's been tricky for a while. We're getting back to it. The back's pretty good at the moment, he says. It's been holding its own. A few little tweaks, but no more than I was getting before. So I'm quite enjoying not being in constant pain, which is nice, isn't it? I don't know if you can catch that on the camera. That's what I mean about as the colours of the hills change. Look at the difference in colour of that hill where it's covered in heather. Beautiful, and you get that purple colour at the moment. Really notice it. I was hoping for a little bit of shelter somewhere down here where I could actually stop and sit and cook, but it's quite open. We just need a little a little lee, a little cove, a little space where I can get out of the breeze and kind of go, that's far enough. I mean, there's that end over there, that's the other side of the ravine or the valley, so I don't know what's over there or how to get over there. Obviously the path continues that way, so oh. Right. Oh no, it's like gets worse. It goes over that way. There's like a crossing bit over there. I don't really want to go too much further. Well, it'll test the wind guard, won't it, on the stove. Just keeping an eye out for rabbit holes. I think it's going to break an ankle. I don't really want to be caught out up here or down here, and I don't want to fall into that barbed wire. Oh. Well, this doesn't look great, does it? The thing we also, I don't think anyone's going to be disturbing me. You get people do the walk here, but it's not like terribly busy like some of the walks you see. Okay. Well, we're nearly at that spot I said I probably wasn't going to walk to, so we may as well keep going. You're probably, again, not picking it up on the camera, but there's quite a few butterflies about as well. It's got those cabbage whites and red admirals and fairly common stuff. So, bit of a drop. This is where you make sure you don't slip back. Okay. So I know people ask me and stuff. Yes, I will check for ticks, and I'll be very careful and all that business. Whoa. What I could do with is some kind of ruin I could sit behind. I might have a quick look along the coast. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sit over there because it's covered in the ferns. Oh, up is alright, I can handle up. See what we got over this hill. Anything worth stopping at. Wonderful. So in the near distance there is Niarbil. I don't know where this this keel is, but I'm probably not going to make it there. Too much wind behind me, I can't do anything here. Whew. We've only been walking for about half an hour, I think. So we're okay. Whew. Almost got some cover, and then that wind picks up again. A lot of people have been complaining that a lot of these paths are overgrown, but I understand it's not in the budget. They're well walked, they'll naturally stay down, but they're just not that well walked. They'll be passable though, not a problem. He says, coming up to a bit that might be a problem. The path almost disappears. Oh. Yeah, so over there in the distance, the building at the top is Nyarbil Cafe. It's not open at the moment. And below it is Nyarbil. And you've got further along the coast is where I've camped, which is White Beach. Can't remember the name of it, Trevane or something like that. Something like that. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna struggle to keep going here, and I'm gonna end up at Nyarbil and having to walk back, which I don't think is gonna be much fun. We'll do this last little mount and see where we end up, because I've just got nowhere to sort of pitch up really, to sit and to cook and to chat. I was even thinking about doing a TikTok live, but the signal here is non-existent. Not the greatest phone signal on the island, definitely not for internet. I feel like I'm just gonna knacker myself out trying to get up here, and my old legs, which haven't done too much walking since I did the 6-hour hike. Oh, I mean, it is beautiful but treacherous, isn't it? Definitely it's not that far a walk to do to White Beach or Nyarbil, but I don't think I'm gonna do that today. So anyway, this is the view. It's lovely walk. Now I need to find somewhere to stop for a bit. Give a bit of a view as we go. Not too far. Everything locked in? Yeah, it looks like it. We're gonna bring that top one part in, and that one, no, and that one, and keep it on that. There we go. I'm gonna do, I've done something a little bit like it, I think it was South Barrule, where I did the whole, let's get that strap wrapped around, that isn't blowing and moving everything. That's the one. I did the whole where you put the camera down. So when you watch these walkers and hikers and campers and stuff, and they do this, they're walking along the track and they're passing the camera by and walking off into the distance. They then have to go, run back, pick up the camera and carry on walking, and then edit that bit out in the edit later on. So they end up editing out the bit where they ran back to get the camera. So you got these really clever shots. That sounds exhausting though. I guess if your main aim is to produce cinematic content, so I've got a guy that I follow and watch called called Stephen J. Reed. You can find him on YouTube. Stephen with a PH, J, and Reed, R-E-I-D. And he does a lot of that because he is a filmmaker and photographer and editor, and his stuff is ridiculously good. I mean, proper amazing. Some of his films are like they are documentaries. It's not like they're like documentaries. They are documentaries. They tell stories. They're ridiculous. So understandable. But then you see everyone out there with their, I don't want to be mean about it, but they're quite a small channel, and they're just copying and doing the same thing. It's why I'm really wary of doing that and kind of becoming the exactly the same as everyone else. You know me, I just like to walk and chat, little editing. You get the whole walk, you get to see what it's like, you know, every step of the way, how it feels. And we chat and we talk, and you send me messages and I answer them, and we have this lovely kind of like we're walking together feeling. Well, that's how I feel about it. So I like that. I like that we are basically going on a walk together, rather than when you go on a walk with someone, you don't go, oh well, I'll walk this few minutes, then there's a 20-minute gap, then these few minutes, then a 20-minute gap, and then you have those times where you're silent and you're just walking. You have those times when you're chatting and joking. You have those times where you're stopping for a drink and to eat. You're camping. You sleep. Oh, no, I don't record me sleeping. That would be weird. Well, that wind is really picking up. Did feel stronger just as I came over the crest of here though, so maybe it'll ease up a bit. It's worth stopping and pausing and taking this all in. It's just the most incredible colours. It's a slight mist in the air, just a slight one. Got the gulls flying across. You can hear the sound of the waves just about with the wind blowing right in my ear hole. I do have some earpieces on me which I can use to block out the sound, but yeah, I've got a pair of loops which do that. It's kind of, I don't really want to do it on the footpath though, that's the problem. So it'd be great to do something where it's a bit more shaded, you know, but I don't really want to do it right on the footpath where someone, literally, you'll never see anybody, but the moment I start to cook something, someone will suddenly need to walk past. Right, this is probably the last down slope before I have to do all the walk back up again. There we go, nearly went. Well, I nearly fell up the hill, so that's better than falling down it. It's not going to be too windy, it's just blowing up this valley. I was wondering whether or not there was a spot down there that might do, but where it's blowing up the valley, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Need to have a bit more of a barrier. I did notice my laces, so this will be a pause, but it's because my laces come undone and I don't want to be tripping over that. Just a pause for a moment. Yeah, I've got these Vivo barefoot walking shoes and they're great, they really are. However, the laces, they're very technical and gnarly, and they're kind of wavy and look like they'll grip well. They don't. The first time I used them, I thought, oh, I don't need to double knot these, and they came undone really quickly. And those were double knotted and they came undone. They don't work. I could change them out. I've just got to be careful and doing them up every now and again. Whew. It's a bit that some people complain about, that they get my heavy breathing for like 20 minutes at a time. But I'm 50, I'm unfit, so that's what you get. Ooh. It just feels nice here, just this little spot here. I haven't really got space. And again, if someone walks past, I'm stuck. I don't want to be picking up stuff that's hot, things that are cooking, and probably too close to the ferns. I'll end up with bugs and everything. Oh well, right, let's keep going. We'll work something out, I'm sure. Or we won't cook. I'll go home. It's like a Hobbit's tale, isn't it? There and Back Again by Bilbo Baggins. There's no, it's hoping for some clear, flat grass that I could, right, perhaps where there was a building or an old, there was some further up, wasn't there, but in the main fields. And if that's farmers' land, I don't want to go on it. It's their land. I may leave without a trace, but I don't want to annoy anyone. Too much of a slope. Okay. Come on, Simon, this isn't going to work. Yep, this is steep. Thinking about going to the gym today or going for a walk. I think I should have gone to the gym, it would have hurt less. Everyone hates leg day. Without a doubt. It doesn't look too bad here actually. I feel I could put myself down and be okay. There's a bit of a breeze. I'm going to get lower down. Oh. It's all right though. It's not a bad view. We could do this here, I think. Right, let's get some of the bits out that I was looking to have some fun with. See what we can do. Right, I'm going to start setting some stuff up. I'll get this on the tripod, I guess. I don't think it's going to stand up very long. If I keep it low enough, it might work. And I'll show you some bits that I've got back in a second. So, what have I got in my bag? Apart from I didn't zip it up, which is great because I've got expensive gear in here. But hey, anyway, we're fine. Let's not leave anything behind this time. I actually left my case, this is the surrounding plastic case, my Osmo Pocket 3 near the sound, and nobody found it. There we go. So first thing is, got a chair. That's the size of it. We all do head sizes, don't we? A little bit taller than my head. Head sizing works. I have got a big head, just to say, you know, I've got a big head. So there's that. But this was a Temu purchase. Has it got a brand even on it? I don't know if it has. But I had a look at some of them, and some of them clearly aren't great. But you know what it's like when you get lucky. You spend a little bit more and you get lucky. It's kind of what happened here. So it's got the steel frame, all on bungees that just kind of pop in. Keeping an eye on the actual seat pad in case it blows away. Come on, you can do it. Whoop. So we've got this kind of frame. It's a low one. I wanted a low one because quite often you find, he says, talking like he knows what he's talking about. There's the pocket down there. Sometimes what you find is that you get these chairs which are quite high, which is great until you want to use it in a small hiking tent and then you can't fit the thing in. I just hope this doesn't work like a sail and just disappear off the side of a cliff. With me attached to it would be worse, but yeah, so there you go. One chair, quite low down. So yeah, this is quite low. That's it, stuck. So that means on quite a few. Oh, hello. Lost me. I'm over here. Oh no, I'm over here. What are you doing? I'm over here. Subject lost. Here we go. So now, yeah, you need to put your feet down and things, but got a comfy chair to sit in, which is much nicer than sitting on the floor, although I don't mind. I could have brought my pad with me today and sat on there quite happily, but now I've got an actual chair to sit on. That's my food. I'm not going to be using that because that's my... I had to pick up some knives and forks from Jack's. Thank goodness. Thank God for Jack's stores, because I couldn't find those travel knives and forks. I've got my camping ones. They'll be around somewhere, I'm sure. I've ordered another set anyway, just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to spend my next trip out spending an hour looking for some knives and forks. So these are like a couple of quid from Jack's stores. Little case, knife, fork, spoon. Sure it'll work, do the job. And I've got this, which I'm going to use now, which is a coffee press. So this is different. So we'll use this. I don't know whether I'm going to bother even showing you the cooking process, because I don't. Whoa! See, the camera nearly blew over. Tiny camera on quite a wide stand, and it's still nearly blowing over in this wind. But I've got my setup to do. See, the only thing with this, I'm on a bit of a slope, so this is like making me want to lean forward. I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm hoping I've got the seat around the right way, which I think I have. It'd be better on the flat. It's definitely more comfortable than sitting on the pad. I feel like my bum might be touching the bars at the moment. Anyway, right, knife and fork. Coffee. Let's do the coffee first. Let's get the cook kit out. Got gas, which is always helpful. Imagine I do all this and I go, no, I didn't bring my gas with me. I brought my gas and I got my stove kit. So, ta-da, head size. So anyway, that's my kit with a table. Pretty good. We'll do a little picture of it at some point, no doubt. So with my Optimus wind guard, which might be coming in very, very useful. My pot. Got a spoon in there. Let's put that in my bag so it doesn't blow away. Scratched up already, oh well. It does work with different sized pots as well. It's adjustable foot on it. Take the lid off very carefully, not to let things blow away or disappear. And then it should be a case of let's get the stove out. A little green pig stove. And we wind that on first. Gotta make sure. Stove is off. That looks good. It does go on quite tight. That's it. Right, so we get then a little table. Oh, wind's catching the lens. Little table with your cooking stand. That's the wind guard on it. So I'm going to put that down there. Try not to burn my ankles. Wind's coming from everywhere. Yeah, it's coming from everywhere. 1 minute it's that way, then it's that way, so it's sort of swirling around. So, well, we'll see what we can do. Let's get my pot, my cloth, and oh, that's the pot stand that I don't need to use because I've got it on the little table. Right, I've just got some water in it. Let's get my water. Another one of my favourite things, Nalgene bottles. I know people say they're overrated and you can get other Triton material bottles, but I just find they just don't leak. Really good. And some people say you should be using, if you use like metal bottles, you can actually heat water up in them. I don't see myself in that kind of situation. I so desperately need to heat up some water that I need to put my water container. Now, is this going to pour in or is it going to go everywhere? We'll do a fair bit. Now let's see how we do boiling water, and I'll show you my coffee maker. He says, not remembering where he put his coffee maker. There we go. So, just down here, I'm going to show you. Oh, don't do that. Oh my word. There you go. There's my little setup. I have got smaller setups. Kind of glad I didn't bring my one that I use with the bioethanol, because that probably would have been a bit of a nightmare in this breeze, even with the wind guard on it. So let's see what this works. Right, I'm not timing it, so we'll just see how we get on. So yes, coffee maker. Is this? This is a Cafelf, C-A-F-E-L-F-F-E. This is another team purchase. It wasn't cheap, as in it wasn't £2 or anything like that. It's awesome. I've been using this at home as well. And it basically makes you espresso. But what you can do is you can top that up with water, make a normal coffee. So I've got a spare cartridge in there. You can use nowadays. So make sure you take home the little containers and recycle them. I'm not going to use a reusable one. I will use the aluminium ones, but you can. These are recyclable anyway. Sometimes they're biodegradable, depends on what you get. This is a Starbucks one. But yeah, so we will, because it's going to boil quite quickly. This comes apart, and you can use different things. It's got different kinds of pod holders that it comes with, to use loose coffee, pod holders of the various different brands, so whatever you're used to. And all that does, that's got the piercing mechanism in it. Screw it together, and that should have pierced it, he says, hoping it has. Water's not far off boiling. Not too bad. Minute and a half so far. Whew. I'm not sure I want to cook. I'm not even that hungry. It's more for content purposes to cook. I'll tell you what I've got steak and eggs. I'll sit here and eat steak and eggs in only about 20 mile an hour winds or something like 15, 20 mile an hour. Yeah, I mean that's boiling already. So the top comes off and then you put it in there and I'll show you what you do after that. Make sure that the container on the bottom, little clear container. It's all very well made, it's all very solid. Alright, so we've got boiling water. You can turn it off for now. So yeah, what you do, see I've got a little table to put my lid on. You fill that up to the line. It's like a max line on there. Go back on there. And I'll actually do this twice. The little pump goes on the top. The idea is I take this camping with me. The little pump, it just comes off, so it kind of turns and it stays in. But then you go, make sure this all put together, and then you just start pumping, however you like. And out the bottom, you'll start to see coffee with a nice creamer on the top coming through. And you're supposed to do it like this slow. You're supposed to take your time. It's supposed to be about 2 seconds pump, just to. I really hope I don't get any rude comments. And you can tell when you're done, when all the water's gone through, because it kind of starts, yeah, like that. It starts feeling really kind of easy. I do have a cup in here somewhere, he says. Hopefully, yes, I do. Got my little expanding cup. Excellent. And what we'll do is we'll put that on the table. We'll put our first shot of coffee. Now, I know that's supposed to be it, but I'm a tight person and I want to get as much out of it as possible. So what I then do is take that off. Take it off again. Obviously, I'm using boiling water. Don't try this at home. Be very careful if you are. I kind of take my time over it. What I do is I just get as much out of that as I can. I don't want to say that's not how you do it. It makes a really, really, really nice cup of coffee. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Tighten it there. You feel it gets a bit tougher because the pressure builds up. I'm still getting weak coffee coming through. And what I'll do is I'll leave it in, there you go, and that's got easy now, so you know all your water's gone through. I'll put that in my cup as well. And I'll wash that when I get back. There you go. This chair's sinking at the front. Add a little bit of extra water to it. And then I've got my milk in another little Nalgene bottle. And I know I quite often carry like the instants with me, like the instant hot coffee and everything all in one. I'll just use a spoon from that set. But which is more convenient. And probably for a little hike like this, I would have been better taking one of those. But again, you know, making content here. Just going to give it a stir. And we have a lovely cup, he says. Fresh coffee. There you go. I don't think that's too bad. Let's track it on me, say he doesn't look anywhere else. And the difference between this and like my instant Nescafe things is miles apart. Absolutely fine. I'm not putting that down. The instant Nescafe kind of powders with milk, which I have. I don't have sugar or sweeteners or anything. Work a treat, and they're really good. They're really light and a hot drink when you need one, especially when it is cold. But to be fair, it's quite warm. I'm sitting here in a t-shirt. It's a bit of a breeze, but it's lovely. But a proper cup of coffee. Question is now, keep that water, because that water will be useful. So doing some washing up in a bit, possibly. I'll put that down there. Do I cook is the question. Do I cook? Have I picked the worst spot to put this chair? I might have done. I might have found a ridge just where I didn't want to pop it. Anyway, I've got my little chair. I've got my little table with my cup of coffee sitting on it. And it's good. And I will say, so something I'm looking at and working on and looking at costings and stuff like that. I'd like to, because I think this whole getting outside and having a brew thing is a really quite powerful mental health. It's good for your mental health. So it's a bit of mental health first aid there, if you like. Just if you're feeling it a bit, and getting outside, getting into nature, making a brew somewhere, something about it. So I was thinking about my little kits that I've got. I use for my like real pocket kit that I've got. I'm thinking about trying to get a few together and sort of gifting them out. I don't know what will happen yet, but it'd be like a little. I won't be able to send the fuel with it, but like a little stove with a wind guard and a cup and pot set, titanium set. That'll just go on that. Because I found a kit that really works with absolute perfect setup, and is a little bit more useful than just making a brew. You can cook on it. I've done noodles and bits and bobs with it, so it's very portable, very easy to use, and you could eat out on it and things like that. So I'm thinking about getting that together. I'm not going to brand it or anything, but just like a little kind of a mental health brew kit. Sounds like an idea for me. Well, I've got this stuff with me, so it looks like I'm going to cook. So I've got my skillet and a titanium plate, but all kind of goes together. That might actually work. Oh, it does, you know. That's a better fit, isn't it? That's my titanium plate. Fits right in my skillet. It's perfect. Just thinking about packing it. And now the thing I want to try is put in the skillet. Let's do a bit more close-up work here. Hopefully not melting anything. Right, we're bringing this right down low, and we'll find a way. I want to find a way which is not likely to melt my camera. So yeah, so this is the thing that I wanted to try. Is I've got my wind guard there, and the pan kind of sits on the wind guard, Now, it would probably sit fine on the other bits, but I'm wondering whether this will stop it being quite so harsh a heat directly on the pan when I'm cooking. Although I'm a bit worried it's gonna tip, isn't it? I'm gonna give it a try. With food in it, it shouldn't be too bad. Might be because of the handle. Yeah, look, see? Now I've just got to think about the handle, that's all. So, I've got some stuff to cook with. Let's see if I can get the steak out. I've got steak and eggs. Get a bit of oil in there, not too much for now. Bit of rump steak. And what we're going to do is I'm going to season the steak with here it is. I've got some salt that I've transferred into, guess what, another Nalgene container. This is smoked salt from the Isle of Man, so it's Isle of Salt, and they do various amazing condiments. Come on, open up without me having to find a knife. Yes! Okay, we're okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little salt onto the steak, a little smoky salt. It's got a bit of chilli in there and all sorts. This salt is literally from the seawater. I think it's around Derby Haven, Langness way, so just near me. And it's a proper local rock, sea salt. So it's got a bit of smoke to it. It's got a bit of, and we're going to heat this oil up now. Let's see what happens. I think steak and eggs is a bit more of a breakfast thing, isn't it? But it was actually cheaper for me to get a bit of steak than get some mince. Prices are going wild again. But I just wanted to do something which was kind of high protein. So I can try the skillet out. It's the sort of thing I probably cook for my dinner or breakfast or whatever. So I'm not so fussed about whether or not it's a breakfast dish or a lunch dish or a dinner dish. I think this is going to be about it. Now I'm going to use the spatula to pick the steak up so I'm not getting my hands all covered. Let's have a go. And we're going to put some extra salt on the top. Great thing is, this is like the best thing you can do is to make sure your meat is at room temperature before you cook it. And because I've been out, it's been in my bag, it's come out the fridge. It's probably at the right temperature now, which is good. A bit of that chili, smoky salt. Apologies if I don't cook it to your satisfaction or to how you'd like it, but we'll see how we go. I'm obviously not going to be able to get the fat particularly right, but let's make sure that doesn't fly anywhere. Been told one of the most important things with steak is just not mess around with it too much. Like, let it do its thing. Oh yes, the feel of spitting fat blowing against your leg. It's great. Ow. Yeah, it's supposed to let it do its thing and let it cook and not mess around too much. And then let it sit. The only thing with rump is that the fat won't cook, will it? It won't render off unless you've got like, put it on its side or... Close. Right. Kind of glad it's not cooking too quickly because again that fat on the side is going to be a bit tricky to cook, so I can always eat the rest of the steak though. Not bad though. I think without the breeze it would be doing even better. It's sort of inconsistent, the heat at the moment, but it's coping alright. Come on, Simon, leave it alone. Have some more of your coffee. Ooh. Bit gusty. Trying to get that fat on the edge cooked. That sounds like that went out. Yeah, it did. So that flame is definitely not windproof. So that definitely blew out then. Let's see if we've cut that fat up a bit. Oh. No, that doesn't work. Because it's split up now, let's see if we can we actually separate them, because that would be so much more helpful if they weren't actually just attached by a little strand of fat. There we go, almost there. And it'll be easier to turn. There we go. Right, now let's turn that over. Perfect. Turn that over, not bad. I think it's going to be enough. We're going to pop them on the plate to rest. Put that back on there. And we're going to try a couple of eggs. Got them in this little container. I don't know how well they're going to work. It seems to have held them quite well. They're not broken, so that's a good start. Shells can go back in the case. That's the little egg carrier that I got. Another Temu special. I'm not in a rush to cook these eggs either, because obviously the steak needs to rest for a minute anyway. Ooh, oh. I don't mind my eggs a bit crispy anyway. I don't mind them turn. In fact, it doesn't matter if they mix up, break the yolks, doesn't really matter. Perfect, really, because it's a bit breezy on top, so it's struggling to cook the top of the eggs, but cooking it slow means that it does cook through the white, which is great. He says, hoping that's cooked. It's a little bit jellified still. We might want to turn these. I know they look beautiful, but they're going to need a turn. I don't like to have anything runny. And these are looking a bit runny on top. Again, cause it's cooler on top, so they need to be over easy, don't they? There we go. 1, 2. And the gas can go out because it doesn't need to cook anymore. There we go. So, may not be your cup of tea, but steak and eggs will do me fine. I've even got a table to eat it on. No doubt the steak's cooked badly, but we're going to give it a go. I'll show you a bit and I'm going to eat in peace. Yeah, it's a bit, it's a touch of pink on the inside, so it's probably well done rather than medium, which is what I'd prefer, but hey, it's cooked. Wow. I mean, seriously, it's so, that's a bit pink. It's so tender. This is like absolutely amazing. Right, you're not watching me eat. I'll catch you a minute when I've finished. Right, I have to show you this because I thought I'd overcooked it, but that is properly pink. Right, perfect. I did it. Well, that was amazing. Lovely, lovely food. My main concern at the moment is that I've got let me just double check I haven't left anything behind at all. No, we're good. Leave no trace. Yeah, it was really tasty. But I do have some speckles of fat on my camera lens, so this is gonna look good. I don't think it's showing up, but hey. Realise it's on my. Yeah, you know, filming cooking food. I guess it's something that can happen. I didn't want to kind of wipe it off with a t-shirt or something, just in case it just smears all over it and ruins it. So I can clean that when I get back. Got all sorts of alcohol and stuff like that I can use to clean it. Oh, now this. I'm feeling this on my hammies. This is actually really steep. So we've got a bit of a climb to do behind me. It never looks as much of a climb on the camera as it does when you're feeling it in your legs and you're walking it. Just hoping my knees hold out. Oh, broken, eh? So, what can I say? Did that work? Okay. It wasn't the best spot. There wasn't any good spots around here really. Here's where I see one straight away on the way back. But yeah, steak and eggs, delicious. That steak came out spot on perfect. And with that special salt, smoked salt with chili, I think it's called a habanero smoked salt. Just gave it a tiny bit of heat. Not a lot, nothing to overpower the steak. Really good salt. And a little bit of smokiness. Just worked. Then all the juice. It was like a gravy. With the eggs, didn't need to season the eggs at all. Just delish. Great fresh coffee. Really enjoyed it. Did my washing up. Tidied up. I have the tiniest washing up kit, which is amazing. And all done. A couple of bits still need probably washing when I get back, but that's fine. So we slowly make our way. It'll be fine. Maybe I might film all the way up here. Generally I can't speak. And all you get is all the time. Make myself out of breath just doing that impression. So yeah, let's do a bit of the walk up the hill, and when we get to the level bit at the top, probably when we get to the house, we'll carry on. And it won't make the video too long either as well. We've got everything in this, walking and cooking. Hopefully camping soon. Seeing how the weather goes. Catch you in a moment. Right. Which might have been off for a of my recording just before I pushed the summit when I left base camp and went up. It's all right, it wasn't too bad. Easier going up than it was down. Plenty of pauses, but not stopping too much, you know. Sometimes that's worse, isn't it? You just need to keep stepping and stepping and stepping. But I'm clearly a bit tired at the moment. And it's been a long few weeks really. So, and I'm a bit out of shape again. I'll get there in the end. Be back on the intermittent fasting again soon, probably do a water fast. Back to the gym, back walking, do some camping. Maybe try the carnivore diet out for a month or something. Just little things just to change things up, keep it interesting. Cool. But a lovely walk, lovely spot, great views. But to be fair, you had the great views from much further down. I mean, it is like just great, stunning. But did I need to go all the way that far down to get the views? Probably not. You can watch my walk for the rest of it, I think, till we get back to the car anyway. So there is like a nice big ruin over there actually, but it's on farmer's land. So if there's a footpath that does go there, it's fine. But if it's not, then steer clear, because it's just not, it's not fair. There's another little kind of ruin just down there. It's probably a bit close to the main path and the car park, but got the cars coming past. Let them go. Whew. Yeah, I could quite handle that little house there. That would be a nice one in the winter, but it'd be a nightmare to get down here. Oh, it doesn't really snow much. It might be a bit wet. If I got the CRV back on the road, might be able to do it. I might hopefully get all terrains for it. I've just got to get it fixed first. I've heard from the mechanic today, but I did have to chase it again, which is quite frustrating because it's been 2 months now. And apparently he needs to be towed to his garage, and he's trying to get a quote for the tow. That's fine. Shouldn't take you a week and a half to get someone to quote to tow a vehicle. I'm guessing because it's steering that's gone, it might need to just be front wheels up. Should be fairly straightforward. Just want to get it done. I've got so many plans for it. I'm going to treat all the rust and bits and bobs, get the suspension sorted. It's all right, but there's a bit of uneven wear. Get the all-terrain tyres on it, roof basket, a few extra lights, bits and bobs. It'd be great. It'd be my monster off-roader, because the engine's pretty sound now, and interior is immaculate. And I'd really like to get a CB radio fitted, and I don't even know if anyone uses CB radios on the island anymore. But I had a CB when I was younger, and it was it was in my bedroom. It was a bass with a twig outside. But I did use it once on holiday on a bit of a road trip. There was a few cars and we had CBs in the cars. It's great fun. And you don't need a license anymore. So I think it'd be cool. But strictly speaking, to get any kind of range, you need quite a big aerial on your car. Big antenna. Oh, nearly there. and carefully drive back. Woo. This wasn't too bad. About an hour and a half's walking, maybe. I don't even know how many miles, but a few. A bit of cooking, a cup of coffee, looking at the views. Didn't even take any photos, so I just wanted to get the walk done. Got my borrowed car there. I'm very grateful for. It's meant I can get out today. So, kind of got my foot on the tripod. I don't want it to fall over. We'll see how we go. Got this blowing about. Thank you for joining me on this walk again. No, don't forget, if you got to this point, then you're probably one of the true fans. I hate using the word fans. Friends, true friends, shall we say, true friends who subscribe probably to the channel. If you don't do so, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. Make a comment, always good. Always good, helps with the algorithm apparently, I don't know. And if you want to support my ministry, this video making that I do, I will use it to spend on fixing my car, buying equipment to go camping in and bits and bobs like that, and kind of trekking, hiking gear. I will use it for whatever, camera gear, fixing camera gear, that sort of stuff. There's a few bits that I've got my eye on in the future, which I'll get whatever happens, but anything you do add to that just helps, you know. So yeah, if you can help out, I have a Patreon, which you can subscribe to for quite a small amount actually. And that link will be in the description. I also have Buy Me a Coffee, which is kind of more of a one-off thing. You can subscribe on there, but I don't think I've even got it set up to subscribe, because I thought Patreon's one subscription. You don't want to be like getting mixed up with what if you're paying anything or supporting me, you don't want to get mixed up with that. We're at 400 subscribers, just. It went to 401, then went back down again. So someone obviously didn't like one of my videos. If we can get to 500, it doesn't mean anything much, but people will be able to then kind of give money to the channel on YouTube, something like that, I think. I don't know whether I think I can get that. I don't get any ad revenue or anything like that, so I won't get any of that. But I'd like, to be honest, a lot of those targets are about, I'd just like to get to 500, and then I'd like to get to 1,000, and then I'd like to get, you know, it's about growing the channel. It's about what I do this for, which is the fun of it. It gets me out, which is a massive deal, because I go, oh, I must make another video. But actually, it's got me out today, and I've had a really nice walk, got some exercise that I seriously needed, ate some lovely food, did some fun stuff, had an experience in the most amazing surroundings, and you know, it's just, I've got the sea behind me and all the cliffs and the rocky shores and the waves crashing against and then I've got a forest behind me. So, you know, it's got me out in this, so I'm very grateful for this anyway. I'll keep doing it, whatever happens. Yeah, if you want to support Patreon, buy me a coffee, and if we can hit 500, then there might be another means as well, actually on YouTube. But if not, the best thing you could do is, like I say, subscribe, like, make a comment. None of that costs you anything, and it'll just help me grow. So I really appreciate that. And thank you for joining me yet again on another lovely walk, a new place I hadn't been to before. So take care of yourselves, more importantly, take care of each other. God bless, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.